Let's go to Gerry. He's a Man United fan. All right, Jez.
Jezebel.
Yeah, hi, how you doing, fellas?
Right,
Good to speak to you.
Yeah, good, mate. Go on.
Listen, I'm with you, Jay. I just cannot. I'm devastated about Ten Hag staying. I cannot believe it. I just said to one of your chaps, right, if you're a CEO of a business, I think Ratcliffe's absolutely bottled this, right? You're CEO of a business and you fail for 11 months, and in the last month, you suddenly, get a good deal over the line and they keep you. Sorry, does that happen? That does not happen in business. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. I do not understand it. I just said to one of your chaps, I don't understand how they've managed to not get a tune out of Rashford. Even those idiot Gallagher brothers probably could have done that from City. I just don't understand why they're keeping someone that... I mean, I feel really sorry for Rashford, by the way, not going to England to the Euros, because I just think he's been failed by a manager that has not actually managed to get him performing to the ability that we know that he's got over, looking at him for the last, 6-7 years. I
agree with you. I agree with you in that, in a way that he, as the manager, he does need to get the best out of him. But Rashford now has got to look at himself. He's missed out on the Euros because of his performances, and the manager is staying. So he's got to come back in pre-season and prove a point to everyone and himself. Have a bit of pride in your performance. Have a bit of pride in the way you run around a football pitch, because last season, you can't tell me Ten Hag, he kept playing him and he kept letting him down. He's walking around, he's strolling about.
Yeah, but so that's a management failure. Don't play him. I mean, surely if you were the manager and I was the manager, he'd come straight off, wouldn't he? If you let him carry on and play like that, 10 minutes, 15
he did in the end. He had to
minutes,
drop him. He was playing Garnacho and Anthony. He didn't play him.
Exactly, you've got to do that. But the problem is, you and I both know he's performed in an English shirt. We are not going to win these Euros without a penalty shootout, and he's one of our best penalty takers. We need to bring on either him or Grealish in the last 20 minutes to, suddenly go away from a defender, score a Thierry Henry-like goal. I just, we're going off the point slightly about Ten Hag. I know I'm absolutely gutted. I am. I'm gutted about Rashford and Grealish not being in England. I'm gutted about Ten Hag staying.
You're gutted everywhere, Jezebel. Everywhere you look, you're gutted.
Mate, Jace, I am, mate.
I can tell. Look the other way. Still gutted?
Yeah, go on.
You're still gutted? Still gutted.
Listen, even if I look the other way, all I see is all the failure as a Man United. Jamie, you keep saying it. It's Man United. How many times have you said that? We can't keep saying, oh, yeah, we've got a weak squad, we've got this, we've got that. Have we ever said that in the past, James? Have we ever said, oh, yeah...
How's that his fault?
Well, Ten Hag brought these players in.
He's fine, but you can't blame the whole squad on him.
Well, hang on a minute. Who's he got that is training that squad?
Is that the recruitment? That's why Jay Motti just said there that the fact that he's now not going to have so much control, they've taken that away from him. I think you see more and more.
You say that, right? As a gaffer,
I'm
sorry, look at Pochettino. They gave him no control. He left. As a manager, you want control. Who's coming into your football
But you
club?
can't control that. That's the point they're saying.
Jason, that's a terrible thing, though, isn't it? Can you imagine if some new owners came into talkSPORT, right, and they said to your gaffer, whoever you report to at the moment, right, you've got no control anymore. Can you imagine?
That's basically what happens
Yeah.
We're a successful radio station.
We have no say, mate, on anything that goes on, mate. We just come in, do our job.
No, I'm with you. If it's Saudi, you're all for it.
No, but the game is more and more clubs are going that way, that they want to have the responsibility of hiring and firing, because let's say Ten Hag goes out and spends the thick end of 100 million on 2 players, and you get to October and he's lost 6 games.
Yeah.
Then you've got to rip it up and start again. That's why football clubs are going, more and more clubs are slowly but surely moving away. But, I have, on one hand, I have sympathy with him for the injuries. You can't ignore that. It's an absolute factor. But then I look at some of the performances, and he must be thinking, how's a team of mine and Man United putting out... They were so bad, mate. They were truly awful.
Yeah, but Jason, again, I truly don't understand this, right? We've all played as kids, and we've all played up into our adulthood. I just do not understand how those players are going onto the pitch and not knowing what they're doing and not being motivated when he has got such an extensive team to be able to make sure that they should. And he proved it in the FA Cup final. So, that, as I say, right, if I turn around to my chairman And I say to him, I'm really sorry about the last 11 months. I didn't have a clue what I was doing, and it was all the players' fault, and they weren't good enough. And then all of a sudden I get it right in 1 month. Please keep me.
I can't disagree with you, Jez. I mean, they should have been knocked out by Coventry in the semi-final. They absolutely scraped through.
No, you're absolutely right. It's a toenail away from getting the sack.
Yeah.
Toenail away from getting the sack. There's no question.
Margins.
But isn't football fine margins?
Right? Don't you think that Ratcliffe bottled this? Because don't you think it does scream the fact that he's gone out to the market and I don't know, has he looked at Poch, has he looked at Tuchel, has he looked at who else? And they've all said, not sure. Okay, we're not really feeling great about them.
Well, maybe it's better the devil you know.
We'll give him a few.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is the better the devil you know.
I agree with Jamie, right? 2-3 games in, we're going to be looking for a new manager.
I don't think it'll be that quick, but if he doesn't
give it 6.
If things don't go well at the beginning, you watch.
We'll see what happens.
And also, to be honest, I mean,
Jez, thanks for your call.
Look at our switchboard. It looks like the vast majority want him in, but Jay, you've done the phone-ins on a Saturday after Man United play. You and I do phone-ins here when Man United played midweek. He's had some big clog.
It's every week.
He's had clog.
Even when they won, they were terrible.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.